Hi fans. Randy Ingersoll here with a live broadcast for the finals of the 2020 Hive Online World Championship at boardspace.net. Jewdoka versus Quodlibet. So we're hoping for an exciting match this afternoon. Third year in a row, Jewdoka and Quodlibet have met in the finals. The past 2 years, Quodlibet has won his second and third championship. So I'm sure that Jewdoka is looking to break that string, and Quodlibet is looking to extend his reign as world champion. I believe that we'll be expecting Christian Sperling, aka Eucalyx, to join us. I'm watching for him. He should be coming along any minute now. Trying to find my window where I can let him in when he comes in. There we go. I got my participant window up. Let me get my chat window open as well. So we're starting to gather on people into the lobby to watch. So we hopefully have a good crowd this afternoon. I've been doing some research with the two of them playing each other. Their last meeting was just a couple weeks ago in the first fall Rapid Hive tournament. Quodlibet won playing black. 2019, the finals, Quodlibet won 3.5 to 1.5. In the 2019 Swiss round 6 of 7, Jewdoka won 2-0. Jonas K is asking if I'm broadcasting already, so let me answer him and say yes. So if you see me looking over this direction, this is where my second monitor is, where I keep an eye on my YouTube channel. So that if you all comment, then I'll be able to see what's going on. So Jonas just found it, so he should be joining it, watching. And we have our first Zoom participant coming in with us. Welcome, Cody.
Hi, Randy.
Welcome, Cody. Glad to have you. I was hoping that I was going to get, I downloaded some free software called OBS, but there's some glitches with it working with Zoom. So I'm not using it today. I'm going to do some practice and some experimenting with it. I can get the video from Zoom. I just can't get the audio from Zoom. So people could see you, but they couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry, I might have just caught the end of that. I realized that there was some mute stuff on.
So Salty Lick wants to join us as well. Let me see if I can. So here comes Christian. So let me get him in. Looks like we're getting a crowd ready to watch.
Grand finals.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, Christian.
Oh, great. Okay.
Christian,
You have to tell me if I'm centered in the image because I can't see myself.
Let me take a look. Yes, you're reasonably centered. You can move a little bit to your right, I think.
To my right would be like that.
Perfect.
Okay. So, what's going on? Who else is with us in the chat?
Hi, Jonas just joined as well.
Oh, hi, Jonas.
Hi, Christian. You had a nice short sleep.
Yeah, it's I got up at 6:30 and made myself a tea, tried to wash my face a bit to wake up. And then I still had time to grab some hive pieces because I wanted to show everyone. It's like funny that you are here because these are the pieces Jonas sent me, like 3D printed.
Oh, nice. I heard about them.
Okay.
In the past, I had, so you can download online on, I think, Board Game Geek, those stickers. So you print them out and then you put some not cling film, just some sticky tape over it. And this is how they look usually. And I did that on the backside of the pillbug. But now I have, like in different sizes, 3D printed dragonfly pieces, and I'm really, really happy with them. Thank you so much, Jonas.
Welcome.
And I can't wait to put them into action, but I'm playing so rarely like with a physical game because 99% of my games are played online. So now I have to find a hive partner in real life, which is quite a challenge in Australia.
Now they're getting ready to play here, right?
Well, they look like they're getting ready.
So what are your predictions for this game? How long will it take? Who will win? How many games will we see today?
I think we'll probably only see one. I was looking at some statistics. Bear with me a second. Cody, would you do me a favor?
Sure.
Do you know Salty Lick?
Yeah, I can message him.
Will you go to BGA and message him with the Zoom room number and password?
Yep.
He wants to join us as well.
Awesome.
And what I've
Cody,
learned is, what's that, Christian?
I said it was a question for Cody. Where are you in the world?
Oh, I'm in New Mexico, but I grew up mostly in Florida. I'm wearing my, Hawaiian shirt in honor of Florida. Actually,
Yeah.
Randy, I go to Daytona Beach every year for a conference.
Oh, that's awesome. So what's the time? It's the local time around 6 or 7 p.m.?
It's around 2 p.m.
Oh.
4 p.m. where I am.
Oh my God. The time zones always mess me up. This I can never really remember. Even if I know it's like, okay, I'm 14, 15 hours ahead, then I have to just calculate back. And you should think someone playing Hive like on a higher level should have no problem with that, but that's not the case.
Looks like they're about ready to start. What I've also learned is that I think I can screen share the room window and get a bigger display on the broadcast. So we'll know here very shortly once they get open.
So Joe's playing white. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we are in for a surprise. Maybe it's not really a surprise for you, but it was a surprise for me. I talked to Joe extensively, and he has put so much preparation into this game, and how to start and how to proceed, and so much anticipation. And I'm really excited to see how it pans out. Because it's one thing to have a plan, but against a player like Quodlibet, yeah, your plans are probably trashed very quickly. But if someone can have a plan and follow through with it, then it's Joe, because it's like the third time that they meet each other in a final.
Third year in a row.
Fourth year. Oh my God.
Ooh, strange start. Joe really likes the Ladybug Open usually. He's been doing this attack through the middle with beetles off the Ladybug in a lot of recent games, but this is new.
Yeah, it certainly is. And he kind of test played against me, and I said, like, all right, are you sure about that? And he said, yeah, okay, I spent so much time on it. And I said, what if this happened and that happens? And but at the end of the day, it's just also a bit of guessing and hoping and what happens. And of course, it's a lot of psychology, what he anticipates, what kind of opening Christian. All right, are you sure about that? Oh, now I have a feedback. So can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, because I had a feedback like delayed by 10 seconds or so.
I
So
think there's some noise on the channel. Isn't this a very slow start?
Yeah, they're starting quite slower than normal. Here we go.
Yeah.
And this was something Joe wanted and anticipated. He said probably because of the beetle at the start, Quad will take its time just to kind of get a feel for it. What does he? What will he have to expect from a beetle start? And yeah, I'm really interested to see the next 5 moves, because this is where it really is decided how this game will proceed.
Eric, are you trying to talk, Eric?
Your voice is modulated, like really high pitch.
I had to mute you, Eric, because I can't. You're breaking up real bad. Okay, so here we're off and running.
So Joe stole a tempo with the mosquito pen. He beat me that way a few days ago.
So
yeah,
Joe,
this position, I wouldn't like it as white, but yeah, Joe obviously knows what he's doing. It's a high risk opening in my book, but I think he figured that maybe a surprise opening or something new gives him higher chances than playing what Quad does best, and these are the standard openings. And yeah, for that reason, he chose something new, something else.
Why do you think Joe spawned his ant off of his other ant, not next to his mosquito? Or where the mosquito would be, I guess. Maybe because he didn't want to. It
can only be like a bait move. That's the only explanation I have. The other reason would be that he doesn't want to pin his own queen, or doesn't want to get his ant pinned directly next to his queen, like the running risk to get a so-called power pin, so that Quad pins him in line while his end is directly next to his own queen bee. But it's a huge sacrifice, of course.
So he's going for the choke here, I guess, with the ant to the left of the queen.
Yeah, so the threat, of course, is if only the ant or the mosquito is pinned, then it's already too late for Quad to bring in his pillbug. If he brings in his pillbug, then Joe can also repin Quodlibet's 2 ants. So then they are kind of even in the end game.
In all their games they've played on board space, Jewdoka's never opened with a beetle. Eric, for whatever reason, your audio is not coming through at all. There was a lot of background noise for you, Christian. So I muted you, so you need to unmute yourself before you can talk anymore. So we're off to a fast start already. Jewdoka has already brought in all 3 ants and the mosquito, but has not brought in his pillbug yet. And now we have a string of ants. 3 white ants, 2 black ants, and the black mosquito all strung out. So it will be very interesting to see what happens.
And that mosquito can advance without being intercepted too. The white mosquito.
Say that again, Cody.
The white mosquito can advance without being intercepted by black easily. Right. So I feel like this advantages Joe if he can kind of like spread it out now.
Eric, for whatever reason, your audio is not good at all.
Yeah, so I'm back. I'm so sorry. People decided that it's the best time at 7 a.m. to do some gardening work outside.
I was wondering if that's what it was.
Yeah, so always when I try to comment on Hive games.
So Jewdoka's got a mosquito up, but he does not have his pillbug in yet.
Yeah, I think if Quad wants to, he has to decide now if he wants to attack, because that would be probably a very good time for him. He has a strong defense up, and of course Joe has the advantage to already have his mosquito in a position where he can just march forward to the black queen. But he could also run into a counter, and this is the point where probably Quad takes a long time to calculate if he should attack or defend.
So a simple count, we got like 9 to 6.
So Quodlibet brings in his first beetle to defend.
Oh, there's maybe another reason for that ant placement at the very beginning. That beetle can't be pinned.
That will be an interesting situation. But I think Christian's comment earlier was probably correct. I'm sure that Joe has done a lot of research and has thought this opening out. And you're right, Cody, that could very well be a note. I did some research into all of their previous matches, and this is the first one that Jewdoka has opened with a beetle. So Christian asked earlier how many games we thought we might get in. Just to give you an idea, last year in the finals, I was wondering if that might be what he was going to do, is bring that grasshopper over, which possibly frees the mosquito.
You think he just covers the mosquito with the mosquito and then climbs with one of the beetles?
I think there's no question about that. And of course, for those that are not that familiar with Hive and the mosquito, the interaction of the mosquito, this is one of those situations where the mosquito, the white mosquito, is on top of the hive. The black mosquito does not gain any beetle power from that white mosquito. But if one of the white beetles does climb up, then the black mosquito does gain that power. But I think you're absolutely right. I think he's moving in.
Randy, is that what you call the mosquito shutdown, or is that one of Joe's terms? I don't remember which book.
I think it's probably one of Joe's terms. But you're right. I think that what's going to happen now is then the next move, one of the white beetles is going to climb up.
I think the danger is that if the black queen moves, then it's going to take a long time for white to get to the black queen, especially since the only free white ant is pinning another ant.
Right.
So if black pins that white ant at the bottom, then white's going to be really slow to attack.
And I was looking at some of the times on the matches last year. The first match lasted 146 minutes, that's over 2 hours. The next game lasted 1 hour and 12 minutes. Game number 3 was 150 minutes, so it's almost 2.5 hours. Game number 4, 1 hour and 10 minutes. And the final game where Quodlibet won the championship was a short one, only 45 minutes. So yes, they do have a tendency to have long games because they are two experts and they do a lot of thinking when it comes to these games.
So if Quad doesn't pin doesn't pin the top beetle, which one do you think Joe will climb with? The bottom one, so he still has that like unpinnable position?
Well, let's see.
Or does
yes,
Joe
I think he probably would climb with the top beetle.
Oh, the top. I was thinking the bottom because that spot can't be pinned. But the top opens up a space for the pill bug to defend and attack.
Right. So that's what I was thinking. Eric, I have to keep you muted because for whatever reason your audio is not coming through very well. I don't know that I've ever seen a string this long of ants. and then black shuts down the last white ant. Oh, nope, he just moves the queen out.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier with it being hard to attack from that far away. That kind of neutralizes the beetle approach a bit too.
The danger, however, is the black queen has now moved away from the pill bug. So let's do a quick bug count here. White still has 7 bugs in reserve. Black only has 5.
Although white needs to get that pill bug in, I would think, pretty quickly.
I would think so. So now the march of the white beetles.
If Quad attacks here, he has the tempo, right? Because he's got the grasshopper.
We'll see.
Oh, the beetles can drop though.
Now
Sorry, guys, I'm back. There was so much noise in the background. I had to mute myself for a while.
No problem. Well, it looks like it's going to be the beetles versus the ants because Quodlibet just freed his second ant. And if Jewdoka places a piece here southwest of the queen, he's going to have all 3 of his climbing bugs up onto the hive.
I think Joe might place a grasshopper 1 spot down to free his ant, and then if it gets pinned, then he would pin Quad's other ant.
Exactly. That's also what I would suggest. I think what Joe wants to try is to first reduce the amount of bugs Quad has at his disposal. Because if that happens, like the pinning of the end and then the repinning, then Quad has basically only 6 bugs free, and he needs, or in the 5 in the reserve plus 1 free end, and that means he has to fill 5 kill spots, and so he has only 1 piece, or 1 piece he can actually kind of blunder or get pinned, and that's already pretty tight.
That grasshopper also can attack a spot by the queen too. It's a nice place.
I think in Quad's position, I would start attacking. Basically, but this comes down to preference. But I think Quad will more go for defense. He is more like the control player, and I don't think he will risk it. He will probably more hope for a draw, which is kind of good if you play with black.
So does defense mean pinning that newly freed white ant and then that getting pinned with the grasshopper?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's more likely. I would say like 70% chance versus 30% chance attacking.
Yeah, you're right.
Because also Quad is more like a long-term player. He really thinks far ahead, and he knows he's like he is one buck down. Like, and if he starts attacking, he might run out of steam, like in 20 moves time or something like that, and then he's outplayed, and then he can be squeezed. So from my own experience, I know that it takes not a long time, but Quad only attacks when he sees a very reasonable chance to continue and to succeed with it. He doesn't just attack and like hoping, okay, maybe it will work out.
So Joe doesn't need to pin that ant quite yet. I bet he'll fill that pocket with something, either pillbug or grasshopper, or maybe even ladybug.
Certainly not the pillbug, because that would defeat kind of the main defensive strengths of the pillbug.
Yeah.
There's not much space where he could lift the queen to, if the queen gets surrounded, if he would place the pillbug in the pocket.
The problem with the grasshopper, though, is if the queen moves, it's not going to be attacking a kill spot. So maybe pillbug in line, or I don't know.
I would say probably Joe tries to keep his pillbug as long as he can in reserve, because he probably even wants to consider to use it aggressively in his own attack. So he will probably only place it when he needs to.
So as a general consensus, we think that the grasshopper is going to jump out and pin the black ant?
I don't think it has to yet.
Okay, you were right, Cody. For whatever reason, he placed that pillbug in the pocket.
I think he's trying to free that beetle up top, and then the queen pillbug's in line. I mean, it would be better if he had an extra 2 moves to drop a grasshopper and then put the pillbug where the beetle is.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure he has the time to do that.
Maybe he just feels safer.
I could have seen the pillbug to the right one as well.
Maybe his main goal is just to free the beetle, and since he thinks like, okay, that other piece will be pinned then anyway, why not using my pillbug, which gives me the highest protection of all pieces I could sacrifice for that.
Yeah, because I think if he hadn't done that and he had pinned with the grasshopper, then the free black ant would pin the queen at the bottom right, killing the pocket, and then basically pinning that beetle pretty firmly.
Yeah.
I'm always very impressed by a beetle that comes in far away from anything.
Well, that's thinking very, very much long term.
I guess it can move to the left one because it's an unbreakable ring.
Yeah, and it can't be pinned.
Yeah, after it moves, but right now it could be pinned by the ant. But that'd be free.
Yeah, but I don't think he will.
That is his last climbable piece, though.
Yeah, but he would lose all the outer hive control.
Yeah, there'd be 2 free black ants.
I mean, Joe has a pocket with his hopper. From there, he could spawn, like, at least not the spiders, but his ladybug and the other 2 hoppers.
Oh, that's interesting. Eric is no longer, he's not able to use his audio, so he's on chat. I think Joe should have originally placed a grasshopper or ladybug, white queen, lower right. So here's the question with that beetle. If the black beetle moves straight in immediately to its left, can it be stopped?
No. It can get
Yeah,
recovered.
Why not
There's your
move?
answer
Why
when
not
you
move the
said
free? Why not move the free ant between the queen and the beetle? I know rings are bad.
You mean
Yeah,
for
that would
black
be a
to move
pretty bad
move
thing.
the free ant?
Right. The ant down next to the grasshopper.
But if black moves that ant, then when the beetle moves left, the white ant is free.
Yes.
Oh, that's a tempo game.
So this will be interesting.
The disadvantage of that is Joe no longer has that nice pocket to drop into.
But what happens right here if the black beetle just moves immediately to the left?
It's fine. I think Joe is just thinking he's ahead in tempo though.
Just like that.
Yeah, and then if it covers the pill bug, it can get recovered by the beetle up top.
So Eric says that he would have 2 unpinnable slots. White should pin the beetle in line and give him back his ant. And let's not forget the black mosquito will be freed if white attack continues. So what's underneath there? Ladybug. See, I think the question here is if even if Quodlibet gets the beetle up, is he going to have enough pieces?
That was pretty much forced because the white pill bug could have thrown it into the hole and then covered it with the beetle up top. And black's only got 5.
your white can just do a ant replacement, and that additional end, then that freed end, can pin any of the black pieces when it comes in, and that would mean black is already short of bugs.
Right. So short of a big mistake, are we saying that black probably cannot win this?
Yes.
Christian
Not with a direct attack.
I feel like for black to have a shot, he's got to free that mosquito.
And the other thing is, once the white mosquito is on top of the black queen, there are like 3 direct drop spaces. And so white can advance his attack so quickly. And to counter that, black would have to sacrifice at least 1 piece to sandwich the queen between the beetle and then the other piece, which comes in. But by doing so, black gives up his chance to win himself.
So Eric says the beetle exchange for the free ladybug would also allow an opening for black to use his ant to free his mosquito. I don't see how black can get his mosquito freed. Well, we have our biggest crowd watching live. Thanks everybody for watching. We've got 23 watching live right now.
Wow, that's quite a number.
Appreciate everybody. Thanks.
Yeah, go Randy.
Oh, thanks.
So I picked up Hive, just found it like on a list of top abstracts before I really even knew board games much. And then 2 months later, I bought your book and I read it on the trip to a conference straight through. I like your, it's fun to see the difference between your book and Joe's book. He has this like smooths and like, you know, martial arts, and you have this more almost aggressive American military feel to it.
So the timing on this one is a plus 15, so 15-minute difference. So we probably won't see much of a risk of that happening.
So Joe is a martial artist anyway, right? So that
He
would
is.
explain his approach to the book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jewdoka is the word. It's why his pseudonym is spelled almost like Jewdoka.
So let's see, if black did not climb last turn and white threw the beetle into the hole using the pill bug.
Oh, he's talking about what I had suggested, where I
Right.
thought black had to climb. Otherwise, the beetle would get thrown into the hole, and then black or white beetle would move off of the black ladybug and onto the black beetle in the hole. But I think the black mosquito would still be pinned because of the bug to its left. I suppose black could release it probably by placing maybe moving that grasshopper from the bottom right back in that case. But then the ant would be pinned, so maybe he didn't choose the grasshopper to do it.
How do you evaluate the situation in terms of winning percentage?
Well, I have learned that I'm not very good at that. And I also have learned that Quodlibet has the ability to rescue positions that I think were completely lost.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so what I think that was a very good move. It's like the so-called ambiguous spider, because it can either attack or it can also pin the white ant, and so the white ant replacement is not happening.
So that stops the direct drops and threatens a kill spot after the other black ant attacks.
Yeah,
So
and it also depends. So it's a second ambiguous spider in a way, but not ambiguous in a way that it can move left and right, but it's defense, but it can also switch to attack.
So what's the count now that there are no direct drops? I think that might have shifted it.
Well, the other interesting thing is if now the mosquito moves forward, then the black pill bug comes back into play.
But isn't white beetle going to advance?
Yeah, but I think that the white having 5 bugs in reserve, I don't think there's much chance there. I think white has plenty of power if he can arrange to get them into attacking position.
I think the strategy for black here is to threaten enough that white has to sacrifice more pieces and then they can be pinned, and potentially he can also then force a draw. If I was white, I probably would place a spider next to the white mosquito, because that would force the black spider, which is protecting the queen, away. Either he Quad has to commit to an immediate attack, or he gets his spider pinned.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the spider on the other side, but it's the same principle. The spider has to go away, but if it goes away, then the mosquito advances, and then there are immediately 2 direct drop points.
The nice thing about this spider is it's going to be a true pin if it is let to to go.
Yeah, that's the reason why it's a better move than what I suggested with the mosquito next to the mosquito. I was first a bit afraid to put the spider next to the queen, but at that spot it's pretty secure because it can't be pinned.
So now Eric has made the observation that in the current position, once either one of the spots to the right of the queen get filled, then the black mosquito can warp the black pillbug over and get the black mosquito up.
I think white beetle will advance to the black pillbug before either of those spots.
Before that happens.
Yeah. There's no way Joe's going to let that black mosquito get free, I think.
Now that is very interesting.
That opens up a lot of opportunities or options to defend and attack for a quad. So let's say the mosquito get pinned maybe right now. I think probably it would, maybe there's not a risk, because if the black mosquito warps over the black pillbug, then all the other pieces would be left on a string, which would be really bad. I think the main threat here is that the queen moves out. That would give him quite a lot of time to rearrange, but he would sacrifice the spider and his last end.
So you would move the queen out and leave it ant, spider, queen, a string?
I think he was saying the other way.
I considered it, but it's a pretty bad move because it depletes so much material. Scrap that idea.
So is Joe going to advance his beetle and cover the mosquito?
I don't think he needs to. Not immediately.
It's pinned from the ant down below.
The sacrifice is too big to lift over the pillbug, and then his mosquito gets pinned. But on the other, as I said before, the black spider and the black ant will be pinned on a string, which leaves Quad with not enough pieces to win.
And I think Joe would cover the mosquito and give up the ladybug in that case.
And then he can still do his end replacement. As white can do the end replacement, and that should stop the last hopper from black's reserve.
So if the white beetle so you don't think the white beetle is going to cover the mosquito?
If it does, it's not because he's afraid of the mosquito getting free right now. I think the bigger concern is the queen escape. What if white queen moves up, threatening to pin the black ant?
Hmm.
And then maybe
Looks dangerous, but it leaves indeed Quad with the opportunity to attack. And then the queens are closer to each other with a spider in the middle, which can't escape. And that would be maybe easier than for Quad to reach a draw. He would still have like a distant pillbug aiming on one spot. Yeah, so maybe that's the idea. I wonder if Quad played that mainly just to cause confusion, or if he really had one of those many options we discussed in mind.
So how about this, guys? I apologize. I was responding to somebody on the YouTube channel. Were you talking about the white queen moving up and to the left?
yeah, that's what I was thinking. But then
What if the white queen moved down and to the right, making a ring of its own? Because that would make there'd be two rings. Either the white spider would be free, or the white ant would be free.
That frees the black mosquito if it does that.
Ah, okay. Yep.
Oh,
exactly.
good catch.
Eric spotted that as well.
Maybe I misunderstood. What I was thinking, what was mentioned is that the black queen will move to the right.
Yeah, I can see that, but it's going to be, he won't have the bugs to win. And then white still does.
Immediately to the white, freeing the ant and the spider, or down to where the pill bug is. So Jack Sorio makes the comment on the YouTube comments. Literally yesterday, I saw your vid about rings are bad, and in this game, there are almost two of them. LMAO. So yes, rings are bad unless they aren't, as Nathaniel said earlier.
Yeah, watch the follow-up video. What's the time limit on this round?
Plus 15.
Do you think it's possible, like physically with a full hive set and all three expansions, to form a ring within a ring?
I don't know, maybe.
There would have to be some connection, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then it would be kind of like 4 rings simultaneously. Is that right?
I was thinking of like a huge ring and then like a connection piece to the inner ring.
Okay, not 2 connections. Let's see. The smallest ring size is 6 pieces, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then in order to have it dangling down, you'd have to have a 7th. And then you'd have to have an empty moat to the next ring.
So one circle would be 6, the next circle would be 12, the next circle would be 18. So 18 and 6 is 24, plus 1 connecting is 25. So in theory, yes.
There are 26 pieces, is that right? I don't remember. 20,
There's 14 each, so 28.
28.
So I've been requested to every once in a while do this so everybody can see what's underneath.
Oh, that could be pinned with the black spider.
Which one?
If he places the white spider there, the black spider at the bottom right. Oh wait, no, it can't.
No.
I'm just
No,
counting.
yeah, I was thinking.
My mistake.
Yeah, Joe just needs to find a way to pin one of the black pieces so that there is no chance that Quad can win.
So he's threatening to do that with that piece then, right? The spider.
Yeah. I think that's the easy and safe option. And yeah, and the moment if Quad pins it with his free end, then the white spider in the ring would immediately pin the black spider. And then there's no chance black can win anymore. If he doesn't do that, yeah, I think this is the point where I would think like Quad is on the verge of not able to win anymore. Because
You're
the moment
Are you saying that if black pins the white ant, then the white queen moves down, freeing the white spider, and then that white spider advances?
no, was not what I was saying. Given that the black ant is just pinning the ladybug to thwart the ant replacement, then the white ant, which is the white spider, which is free, would pin the black spider.
So if the black ant moves and does anything, the white spider pins the black spider, and black no longer has enough bugs to win.
But the white spider's not free right now. Are you talking about the white ladybug?
No. If the black ant one moves and does anything, the white spider then pins the black spider.
Oh, agreed. I thought we were talking about the other black spider pinning the white ant at the bottom.
That would be also bad because then the ladybug hops over, and then that spider can be pinned, which also means black doesn't have enough pieces to win.
Right. Oh, Eric just came up with an idea. What if the mosquito moves the black pill bug over lower right of the black queen, between the white mosquito and the white beetle?
Yeah, that's solid.
Yeah, that's a nice idea.
Then the black ant then the mosquito is not quite free, but queen's defended more. I guess if he does that though, doesn't white beetle just cover black pillbug?
Yeah, but still then the ring is, there's still the ring, which means,
But that helps Joe fill one more spot, right? Because the white beetle would then drop for the last kill.
Yeah, I think the problem for Quad is, as long as he keeps the ring, he can defend pretty well. The moment if he decides to attack or to defend like massively, then he's at risk losing his position. But now Joe, forced with the end replacement, which is about to come, forced him to make a decision which way to go. All right, he attacks. Okay, so let's say the white ant pins the black ant.
Mm-hmm.
Because he needs to keep the black ant in the spot to keep the white spider immobilized. This is his only chance to win. So then the white free ant would pin the black free ant. So then there are 2 kill spots to fill, and Quad has 2 hoppers. The problem is that 3, right?
So 3 kill spots.
Well, but what if the white ant pins the black spider? Because if the black ant moves, then the white spider is free.
Yeah, that's the reason why I said the black ant has to stay in place at first. The black ant would be the last piece to attack. The black ant pinning the spider, that he would keep that for the very last kill spot. So first he would just move over with his spider and give up his defense.
So you're saying that if the black spider attacks,
Yeah.
then he would have two spots that he would have to fill.
Yeah.
One with
and
one of the hoppers and then one with the ant.
Exactly.
Correct?
So and white can pin the ant, but then there are still two free hoppers which can come in on. So he has good anchor points or spawn points for both of those hoppers to fill those last kill spots. And white doesn't have much mobility to prevent that. And I would also say black is ahead in tempo. If he doesn't attack right now, it will be so difficult probably to find another way to. I would probably attack because that's from my perspective, that's the best chance for black to win.
Attack with the spider.
Yes.
Let's run through that. If black attacks with spider, then white pins black ant, right?
Yeah, and then
can white possibly defend against the two grasshoppers?
He would have to perform another ant replacement. But it's very difficult because of the ring situation. How do you? No, you can't. You can only make it do a true pin with a white ant pinning the black ant. So there is no other ant replacement.
So he'd have to get his white spider in play off of the. I don't think he can reach it then.
Yeah, but is that enough? No, it's not. It can't reach there. It can't reach there.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, this is really the moment what Randy said. It's amazing how Quad gets not only out of difficult situations, but still finds a way to put so much pressure on white and threatening to win.
And white can't free his queen, not even by filling the bottom, because the black spider will attack.
Yeah. So I think from my the attack with the black spider is really a good idea. Is there any way to stop the hoppers coming in? Let's say the white ant doesn't block the black ant. It would block one of the hoppers coming in, but it can't stop both hoppers.
He can't stop both hoppers.
Yeah, how does he defend against that?
He could pin the first hopper up top and then form a block, but then I guess the ant will be able to fill one. But if the ant has to be last, because he can't afford white spider escaping.
Yeah, suddenly it doesn't look too good for white anymore. This ring was pretty genius.
Yeah, if he had only done what you would have said with putting that spider off of the mosquito covering the beetle.
So let's say the black spider attacks.
Yep.
Then black needs to be able to gain an angle of attack to both of these spots, upper right the queen and lower right the queen.
And that can be done by spawn points next to any of his spiders. The right spider, to the right, offers 2 good spawn points to fill those remaining kill spots. And also there's a spawn point next to the spider he's hopefully about to move.
Oh, the other thing is he could put a grasshopper and form a ring again.
Yeah.
And that grasshopper would be very difficult. Yeah, so let's see. Yep, I think this has taken a strange turn in Black's favor.
Yeah, it didn't look like it like 10, 15 moves ago.
So placing that white spider against the white queen was probably a blunder then in retrospect.
Yeah, I think, yeah, the white spider was pinned.
Because-
Yeah, no,
because
I agree.
That
It
allowed
probably would have been better to put it next to the white mosquito, that spider, even though it wouldn't have been a true pin. If it's pinned the black spider then later on.
Yeah, and then Black wouldn't have enough to fill the spots around the queen.
Yeah.
because the whole thing hinges now on the fact that one of the kill spots is filled by the white spider.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we've reached about an hour of play. A little underneath.
I think Quad is checking now all the opportunities or options for Joe to defend, because this is of course a big commitment if he attacks now with the spider. If he blunders that, or if he hasn't calculated everything, he knows then it's over.
So if white pins the black grasshopper at the bottom, that puts is that a block on the queen? I can't quite. Or is there a slot in between?
Say that again.
If a white piece, either the ladybug or maybe the free ant, pins the black grasshopper that's free, that doesn't quite form a block on the bottom right queen kill spot, right?
No, it doesn't.
So, but if you spawn something off of that, then there would be a block.
Yeah, no. What it does is it would reduce a spawn point for black, but at the same time, he would also lose his ability to use his ant.
Or he could do it with the ant as well, but I guess it's kind of moot because he's going to have to pin what comes in.
Yeah. So our idea was that he uses already his white free ant to pin the next upcoming hopper or the white or the black ant. That's already like a given, but it still leaves Quad with 2 more pieces which have the right angle of attack. Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, okay. How about this? The ladybug forms the ring here, freeing this ant, and now he has 2 ants free.
Yeah, but only 1 ant can be used because the second ant, of course, would release the first one.
The first one,
the
yeah.
black ant.
So he needs
that
tempo.
I don't see how he just. It would only be of benefit if the last kill spot is kind of inaccessible in a gate, for example.
Yeah, but he's got 2 grasshoppers.
Yeah, and now the grasshopper comes in.
Probably up top, I would think, because the other spawn point that forms the ring attacks the top right spot.
Oh, but I wonder what happens. So if now Quad brings in his hopper and then white readjusts his pin, So forming a gate.
But then he brings in the other hopper to attack the blocked spot.
Yeah.
That's why I think they're bringing the hopper up top, not down below. Well, I guess
I
it's
agree
the
with
same.
that.
It's the same. But there's just two ways to approach that top right spot and only one for that bottom right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could go off the never mind, it's 2 and 2.
What is underneath the white mosquito, Randy?
It's a black beetle.
Okay. I thought like if the mosquito drops down, he might have a chance to use that mosquito as a defense piece, but he doesn't gain any mobility with that.
And there's no pill bug close enough to borrow.
Okay, how about this? White grasshopper upper left of the top ant. Then if the grasshopper attacks, the white grasshopper jumps down and frees the other ant.
Yeah, that might work. Is that in time? Hang on a second. White over jump. Yeah, Randy, I agree. It seems like the really.
Oh no, he's not doing that.
Oh no, I think that was a very good idea, Randy.
But see, the spider can do the same thing.
Oh yeah, so it can also fill that spot.
So the spider, it's an ambiguous spider because now, if he forces the grasshopper to attack, because if it doesn't, then the white spider will pin it.
Right.
Then he gets his ant. Nice.
If he does attack with it, then the white spider forms the ring, freeing the white ant.
Yeah, I think we see here, that's the reason why those two guys are in the finals. This game is a bit over my head. I think I agree with you completely. 5 people, it's so hard to foresee, and they find really all the moves which we can't come up in a group. I mean, Randy did with a different idea, but this is even better.
Yeah, and if he would have put that grasshopper up top, it'd still be the same problem.
Yeah.
The only thing is the spider now forces the black grasshopper to attack.
Yeah, so it's a bit more pressure.
Right. What I'm saying is, even if he just let it go and just formed the ring, he'd have a free ant to stop that last grasshopper.
Right.
So it works either way.
Yeah, really impressed by that. First by that ring, and I think it was Quad already his best chance because we all agreed that White was on the attack and had a better position. And then I was so sure that White couldn't stop the attack.
Mm-hmm.
And now I would say, like, yeah, once that is done,
does White have enough to win?
I wouldn't be surprised if Quad can somehow still force a draw, but actually it looks much, much better, of course, for White.
Yeah, White's got exactly enough with the free beetle. Beetle, mosquito, 2 grasshoppers, and the ant.
So what happens if Quad would first jump in, then the white spider forms the ring, but then the black spider pins the white ant, so gives up the attack.
Then I think that Joe can squeeze him.
Yeah, he only has then 2 pieces free to move. Yeah, there's no way. So from here, I say it's a 95% win for Joe then.
Can we have a 96?
Give me another minute to find like a hidden move.
So on the YouTube, it asks, can the black queen move and free the black pill bug? But I think the black queen would be moving into the valley of death there.
They probably get covered with the white beetle.
Yep. Although That's an interesting thought as well, because
But then he lifts the black pill bug.
Yeah, and then underneath the white beetle, is there the ladybug? The ladybug would be free then.
Yeah, well, more importantly, the mosquito would be free.
Yeah, no, I assumed, of course, that the mosquito would be covered.
Oh, after covering the queen, so queen then mosquito.
Yeah, so once the queen moves in, then the black beetle would cover the black mosquito. The white beetle would cover the black mosquito.
Oh, not the
So
queen.
not the queen, because if he covers the mosquito, that would prevent then the pillbug to be lifted over.
Ah, okay. I guess I'm just nervous about that queen moving around, but Joe could have the time to catch up probably. The trouble is that the white mosquito is covering a black beetle. So if the queen gets too far away from that, then it's hard for that white mosquito to advance.
Yeah, I think maybe it's more the attempt to force a draw rather than trying to win if he moves in with his queen. But it seems to be a very dangerous move anyway.
Oh, dangerous is better than certain death, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, are we all in agreement that if black doesn't attack with the grasshopper, the white spider just pins the grasshopper and then there's no chance?
Yes, because then it's just a matter of time when there's a complete shutout.
Well, would it be better to free the ant and then again force the grasshopper to advance, and then you'll have an ant that can then attack for the final?
Yeah, I agree. That's better.
All right, there it is. Forced move, I think.
Yeah, and now Quad is already down by almost 11 minutes. He took a long time for that move, but at this point, it's better to take your time and try to find that one rescue move than playing quick and have a certain death.
Yeah, I'm surprised Joe's thinking this long. He could apply a little time pressure to Quad.
I don't think it's necessary. 5 minutes is still a long time. Or 4 minutes. At that point in the game, I don't think it's much about time pressure anymore. Once he has eliminated White's chances to win, then he will just spend even more time to figure out how he can win and to avoid that he runs into a draw.
So I think black queen needs to move, right? Because if it moves to the left one, then that white beetle covering the black ladybug can't attack the queen ever because it's part of a. Oh no, my mistake. The white ant's gonna move.
Right.
Ooh. Could pin the white ant like Randy mentioned.
Oh no, yeah, I didn't think it through properly. So what if the black queen moves in? Okay, he goes back, forms the ring.
Doesn't he just trap the queen in with the white ant?
I think Joe needs just some patience now and to win. He needs to basically, it's kind of a Zugzwang, Backzwang.
I think he moves it to
But-
the upper left of the queen so that if the queen moves away, the pin is still on the grasshopper.
Yeah, but if he does that, does the grasshopper jump out and pin the ant? No. You're right.
No, I'm talking about if the queen, you know. Oh, yeah. But he's going to be forced to move.
So now the question is, can Quodlibet force a draw?
I don't think it will happen at this position. Two white hoppers in the reserve offer a lot of options for white to free, for example, the ladybug, which is much more mobile. Yeah, this is really the decision that the mosquito is more valuable than the ladybug.
And if the ladybug moves, the spider's free, unless it moves to the top left.
But if the spider moves, it forms a ring.
No, it doesn't. Depending where.
Well, I'm sorry.
If the ladybug moves out of that whole ring, then not. Then the white spider would end up exactly where the black ladybug is right now.
Well, it could go the other direction, right? And then go to the upper right of the queen.
Yeah, would go anti-clockwise.
Yeah, but you don't want to free the grasshopper. So yeah, you're right. If the ladybug moves.
But he could afford to free the grasshopper because he has 3 kill spots and only 2 bugs.
Right.
And then he'd have like almost nothing to do. All right, so now think that gets pinned.
Yeah,
It has
think
to.
that. Then now it's over. I mean, over in terms of quad can win.
Unless white gets squeezed. Because he can't move the mosquito, any of the things atop the hive, or the grasshopper, or the ladybug. Maybe the ant up top. Oh no, the ant over to the right could just shift its pin.
Well, what happens now is the ladybug has to move. And that frees the spider.
Yeah.
Or maybe it doesn't freeze the spider.
So now the ant's free too. He's ensuring that 2 of them have to stay put.
I think the beetle start by Jewdoka, the whole idea was to get quad into like uncharted territory or into a mid game where he doesn't play his usual control game. And then what we saw with this string of ants, that was something, I did something similar in the only game I played against quad where I had at least a tiny chance to win, which ended in a draw, that you do a kind of a fake attack or you distract with something and then you force that you can pin 2 ants. This is just to reduce the mobility, and once you have like the end game a bit more under control, then it's more about creative ideas. And I think that's where Joe felt a bit more comfortable than just to play the usual games, which he mostly lost, like given his record of the last 3 years.
So Quad can't move the ladybug because then the spiders, unless he just moves back and forth between those two spots. He can't move the grasshopper, of course, because it's pinned. So that leaves just the spider and the ant, unless he wants to get a repetition.
Yeah. And what white can do is can just put a pin replacement for the mosquito. Just put a white hopper to the left, which can potentially aim later on onto a kill spot. And then he can just move his mosquito over the hive and pin whatever is free.
Do you think he'll want to do that, though? Because then if the grasshopper ever gets free, it'll pin the pinning piece. And it's pretty bug constrained right now.
I think Joe's game is now to squeeze Quad even more and to pin more pieces. So I think, and since he can't really do anything with his beetles, because that would free a piece, I think the a hopper next to his white mosquito is the, for me, obvious choice.
Yeah, I'm just asking about the placement of the hopper, in line or just the left one.
Oh yeah, no, I would not place it in line.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because he's already so tight on bugs, the chances for a draw would be too high. Joe can't afford to make any mistakes if otherwise he will run into a draw.
So what if a Quodlibet moves a spider to pin the ant in the upper left?
I think Joe just does what Christian says, drops a grasshopper to the left of that mosquito covering the beetle, advances with the mosquito until he can get a shutout, or until you get a squeeze for that ladybug, I guess.
Can Jewdoka stop now both the ant and the ladybug? And the answer is yes. Because only one or the other of them
Quad is down to 12 minutes.
All right. He doesn't really have much to do. So even if Quad pins whatever Joe brings in, the squeeze will force him to release the pin. Oh no, he'll shift the pin, and now we're in a kind of drawish situation, right? Because Joe has one free ant, two extra grasshoppers. The spider now is no longer free if the beetle leaves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess so. If he gets pinned, he won't have enough. No, so he can't get pinned.
I think the whole this whole concept just assumes that black is not in Zugzwang, and that's I think what Joe is banking on.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So like if Joe had brought in a grasshopper, then black would pin it with that black ant, and then the black ant could just shift its pin back and forth, and then Joe wouldn't have enough to win.
Okay, I see. Yeah, so it's more first he pins the end and then he can bring in the hopper.
Mm-hmm. Oh, in line.
Okay.
Unexpected. Because that's
I
not
think the reason could be why he plays it in line is, yeah. So if there is ever, if the black ladybug forms a ring, then he can escape with his white spider.
Yeah, but doesn't Joe need that grasshopper to win?
Yeah, that was I was thinking. It only can mean that Joe is confident that he can shift the hive pieces around so much that he will get sooner or later another piece free.
So he probably pins the other ant. But he'll get covered eventually though. Unless he frees the spider.
Yeah, this game really lived up to our expectations of a final.
Great game.
Now, I was thinking about that earlier, but I thought the white spider could escape, but in this case, it can't.
It cannot.
Nice.
But what if the mosquito pins now the... Yeah, if the mosquito pins the
Ladybug.
then he would be... Now he still has two other... He can move out.
Yeah, the queen escapes.
Yeah, or black can just still has two other pieces to move. Now, I don't think the queen would escape because the moment it escapes, it leaves so many other pieces on a string that would reduce the mobility even more of black.
Yeah, but I don't think white has enough bugs to surround then. Like if it moves up by off the grasshopper, then white would have the mosquito, only one beetle, one grasshopper, and maybe he could finagle one of those grasshoppers free with cover, probably with cover with the mosquito. So that'd be like 4 out of the 5.
I think maybe Joe's next move is to replace the ladybug. Because the ladybug has more mobility than the grasshopper. It would be just an incremental improvement.
And it forces black to do something next, which means he'll probably just shift that spider at the top to the other ant.
Oh yeah, that's the reason why he can't do that replacement. Because if he would put a hopper onto the ladybug, then the black spider would just move down and free the ant. That would be really bad.
You can't do it off the spider at the top left either, because then that spider pins both. Well, he could. The spider would pin both, but then the ladybug would have to move around and maybe eventually get covered.
Oh no, don't do that. I mean, he could still, okay, if the spider moves down, then he has his ladybug free, which pins then the end as well. But he then has both pieces there. Oh my God.
And then he'd jump
It's really
in.
hard to avoid.
Oh, he would free the spider though that way, and the pillbug can't lift it through the beetle gate.
Yeah. It's really a long-term plan here. Huh.
If he freed that spider, he could go 1, 2, 3 onto the other spider and then form a ring freeing his other ant. But then the ant needs to stay there to keep that black ant down.
Yeah, the idea is really just to break the ring somehow, to force the ladybug out of the ring again.
But now, does white have enough to win?
At the moment, I would say not in this position. There needs to be some replacements going on.
If the black queen stays here, white needs 4, and he could. I think he can play it to where the black grasshopper doesn't free. And right now he's got the 2 bugs atop the hive, the one of the 2 ants. That's 3, and then he's got to get one of those bottom right bugs. 4.
So will Quad go down with his spider or not? If he doesn't, then it's like a trap or a bait.
He only has 3. He only has 3 bugs. He has 4 bugs he can move.
Yeah. No, if he goes down, then both pieces get pinned. So, and then he needs to move his either free the spider, sorry, the white end with the spider, which could still then not really move, because as long as the ring is formed. What are the alternatives for black?
Shifting the black spider at the top to waste time.
You mean onto the other end?
Yeah, it doesn't really help him, but at least he doesn't lose any of his rings or.
Yeah. Okay, and then the white ladybug gets freed.
Yep.
And then hops first next to the white spider, then hops probably into the ring. And from there, where would it go?
It's probably going to fill the spot just to the left of the white spider, the top white spider.
Okay, how does that help?
And then or maybe it goes there and then goes to the left of the black queen, so that the black or the white mosquito can advance over the black ladybug.
Okay, and
then black would be forced to move the spider back and forth, or no, that he could just move the stuff over off the queen. Yeah, that ring is rough. Maybe Joe eventually just advances with that white beetle at the bottom, freeing the black mosquito as soon as he's sure he can win.
Yes, but he would probably need 1 piece more, because that that black mosquito can either threaten to win again or just recover.
Yeah, it'll recover, but then if white forces a squeeze with the other pieces, maybe he has too many free though.
So I think the ladybug replacement is a sure bet.
Mhm. And he won't be
So
able
where
to
is the ladybug going?
buy the
Yeah.
pillbox.
No, it can't really approach quickly, because if it goes next to the pillbug, then the spider gets lifted over.
No, there's a beetle gate.
The beetle gate stops the pill bug.
Oh yeah, I didn't. Those beetle gates are tricky. They are easy to overlook. Yeah, so then it definitely would go left bottom to the spider, then enter the ring, and
Or what about going immediately left of the ant and freeing and replacing the ant?
That's, yeah, I think
And that
the
would
pillbug
also have
would
that would also
over.
have the ability, the advantage of keeping the mosquito pinned as well.
But what could happen if the white ladybug goes next to the bottom end, the white bottom end, then the pillbug would first move it to the right, and then also lift over the white spider. So basically exchange those two pieces and trap then the white queen again. Sorry, what am I saying? The white end. So what I'm saying is the black pillbug would do 2 lifts in a row,
right,
to make sure that the white end stays pinned.
It was a nice thought, though, to get that bidirectional pin on the mosquito, Randy. That would have been nice.
It's really amazing how much trouble black can still cause, even though it looked like it's completely over.
So he's freeing the ant, but the ant is necessary for the ring. He's trying to squeeze him, I think.
And then the black spider pins and then unpins. I think black probably keeps the ring, or maybe not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the black ant doesn't want to move, so then the black spider will move, and then we'll have that, issue where the ladybug won't be able to be free. I'm surprised white did that. No more ring.
what's that noise?
It might be birds in my garden. I'm sorry.
Right.
I will close the windows.
Oh, Eric says white can cover the ladybug now with the mosquito. Or unless the mosquito, well, it's Quodlibet's turn, so.
I think he'll pin the ladybug. But he does only need 3 to win, if in that case. But the ladybug will be free if that bottom right spot gets filled between the white mosquito and the white beetle.
So let's say the mosquito goes down, gains ant ability, and pins one of the pieces. And then the ladybug comes into a better position and also blocks another piece, or pins another piece.
Well,
then
he's got 3 free pieces, though. I don't know that he's going to go to try to control all of them.
yeah, but at the moment they are like, if he would pin the black spider, which is more on the outside, then it means only one piece can be moved because 2 pieces would be on a string. Sure. But if he spreads out completely, then at some point he probably has to release the white queen.
I wonder if Joe sees the beetle gate. Oh, he has to. So the black grasshopper can afford to go back and forth, you know, for a loop, and Joe can't pin both. So I'm wondering if he can afford to give up that. Oh no, not that.
Oh, that's now what happens is probably what I said. First, the white end would be lifted to the right, and then the spider would be lifted back, which pins then both. Oh, but if quad would lift, yeah, that doesn't work what I said, because if now the white end would be lifted to the right, then the white beetle could cover the pill bug.
Yes. Nice.
And then that wouldn't be possible because the mosquito underneath is pinned.
That's because the ring has been broken.
Yeah. Yeah, so he has now an end free. Yeah, that's what I said. But now the white beetle goes on top. Yes, exactly. The downside is, of course, that the white beetle goes further away from the black queen, so it will be more difficult.
No, but he can move it back after the ant leaves.
Yeah, yeah. He's not.
And also, if black removes enough bugs around the white queen, the white beetle can drop and either free the white spider or the white beetle to advance.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Why not get the white ant?
Maybe he's just not in a rush because it does. What can black do? He can just move the white ant back, but it's still free.
No, but
oh no, what I said. Yeah, that was. Oh my God, that's exact. I thought he covers that because now if the white spider is lifted over, then the ant is again pinned.
Well, but if the white spider is lifted over, then the white ladybug fills the spot where the spider is.
Yeah,
and
so
the
it's
ant
like
is
a
free.
hop around.
The only difference is with the ant free in this position right here, the mosquito underneath the beetle it is pinned. But if the ladybug jumps over, it's not.
So I think Quad should have lifted the spider over. That would have been better for him. For exactly the reason what you said. Okay. Maybe at this stage, there is not much difference. I mean, the ant is a bit faster and more direct, but therefore a free ladybug can reach all the spaces the ant can't.
Maybe he's releasing the white spider.
Yes, and then later, when he fills the kill spots around the Black Queen, then he also frees the ladybug again.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
So the spider only really can. It's hard for it to attack, though. It can pin the black spider, but that won't stay there. That'll pin the white ant now. Oh no, it's white. Oh yeah, he's not done yet.
So you say the black spider probably goes back into position next to the white queen to trap the ant.
Yeah, either that or it pins the white ant. It's not going to stay where it is.
Yeah, of course. I think that ladybug in a central spot is a good starting point for all kinds of plans.
He's trying to get that, but it's just going to get pinned though. Right, because if it gets to the very end and the spider's nowhere near, then it can pin replace for the ant and then attack. But it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so far if Joe makes a mistake, then Quad can still win. So I think Joe tries to first force that he can release one more piece without immediately running into the danger of getting knocked out.
But doesn't Quad just pin the ant right now with the pill bug? I guess then you got the ladybug thing going back and forth.
Yeah. So I wonder what's the plan with the mosquito. I don't think he drops immediately down because then the black spider would go around the white mosquito and free the ladybug. So I think the plan is to move even further up north with the mosquito.
Yeah, I think he's trying to pin down that black spider. Right, like the spider gets to the end, he eventually covers it so it can't move anymore. And then when he advances the ladybug into the central spot, nothing can stop that white spider from escaping.
Yeah.
So, but Quad could move the black spider back near the white queen, and then this all doesn't work.
But it works once the mosquito goes like one or two more pieces up north and then drops down. And then it's also has the end ability.
In that case, I think it would drop down off of the black ant, so it would retain ant ability, and then you'd replace.
Yeah, and you use the other ant for pinning the spider once it's not next to the kill spot or in a kill spot. Yeah.
The danger, though, is that if the white ant pins, say, the other black spider, then the black grasshopper just moves back and forth repetitively. Or maybe that's Joe's plan there with not allowing that black grasshopper to go back and forth, because now if it goes down, it releases the white ladybug.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Didn't see that. That's, yeah. Maybe that's the forced move he's aiming for, but he's still quite a bit away from that.
Can it be stopped though?
What if Quad moves back and forth the end with his pill bug?
Eventually Joe covers with the beetle.
Yeah.
Oh, but then when the grasshopper goes down, the mosquito's free and it doesn't work.
I think it only makes sense first to go cover the pill bug, then move away with the ant, and then go back onto the ladybug.
Or he could bring his white mosquito all the way down and cover the pill bug.
Yeah, because if the beetle covers the pill bug, then the grasshopper jumps down, threatening to free the mosquito.
Right, and then he'd have to cover the mosquito again. That's why I was saying you could bring the mosquito all the way down there to avoid that.
Yeah, so the first steps are covering the black ant at the very top, then pinning the, but so what if the black spider gives up that spot and pins the ant?
Then I think Joe takes his other ant, pins the black spider to the right, and then the grasshopper is the only thing that would want to move.
Okay, at the moment he doesn't move the white ant around left right with this pill bug. Yeah, then the white ant finally could escape. Yeah, it's doing it right now.
And he'll pin lower. He'll pin such
The
that the
other
other
spider
ant can't pin him, I think.
Yeah, so there is a squeeze in either way, sooner or later. Oh, why didn't we see that? No, he can't. It looks like it. Oh.
So the white grasshopper at the bottom right could have gone into that little hole if the white mosquito would have covered the ladybug. So I think Quad preemptively filled it.
Yeah.
So now there's no angle of attack for that grasshopper.
The thing is, Joe has already enough bugs to win, but he can't just yet release one of the pieces underneath, for example, his beetle, because, yeah, he's still running into a counter.
Well, let's see from here.
But imagine it were Joe's turn right now. Joe could cover the ladybug, attack with the beetle, and win with the ant.
Yep. Or he could go with the ant first, and then the beetle, and then the mosquito.
Okay.
And that ladybug.
Well, the problem is you can't let the ant get free as long as he's got.
Yep, you're
That's
right.
what I mean. Black is still too dangerous to end one move ahead the moment Joe attacks. But it's so hard to see.
So let's see what Quodlibet does, and then let's talk about it. Because I think if the mosquito covers the ladybug, then the beetle attacks, and then the ant takes the kill shot.
Yeah, so I think in that case, Quad's going to approach with the black spider to pin the white ant. In that case, though, I guess white can then pin that spider with the free ant off the queen.
But the black ladybug can't be moved out of the ring.
Yep.
The moment that happens, then the white spider would be free and fill a killed spot.
Right. That's why I think that black will move the top black ant.
But imagine for a second that if it were Joe's turn right now, if the mosquito covered the ladybug,
Mm-hmm.
then
Yeah.
his next move could be the beetle attacks and then the ant attacks.
Right. And so to stop that, Quad has to pin the ant with the spider. But then Joe could squeeze Quad with the other ant and then the free queen. Maybe. I guess he's got the grasshopper too.
What if he repositions his ladybug again to the lower right spot of the black queen?
Does the mosquito just advance to cover the ladybug then?
Probably.
And then,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
Joe would have to find a way to fill in that harder to reach spot then.
Because the advantage now that if the ladybug moves in to the lower right of the black queen, okay, it'll be a few minutes. You all can go ahead and eat without me. Then if the beetle covers the ladybug, then the black mosquito is not free.
Mm.
Previously, the black mosquito would have been free. But now with the ladybug pinning from that direction, the black mosquito is not free.
I see. Then he covers the ladybug with the beetle, drops the mosquito, and threatens with the ant.
Correct.
Randy, I feel like you have a great eye for the end game.
Yeah, but when playing these two guys, I never make it here.
By the way, short announcement. It's not firm yet, but I'm probably scheduling with Frank my bronze medal game match for the 4th of December. That is that a Friday? Yeah, I think it's the Friday.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
So
Thursday.
it would be his afternoon and my morning. So probably a bit later than today.
That is Friday. I think Frank is probably the most frustrating opponent in Hive because he tries to get you to the very end until you have nothing left and you just want the game to be over and then slowly wins.
Yeah,
So
but
Terry,
I mean,
Terry Frobiter asks, what if the black ladybug moves to between the white ant and hopper, freeing the black queen?
Then the white beetle just drops. Threatening to win with the black mosquito or the white mosquito drop. And I guess actually, I think that first the black mosquito would be pinned by the white ant.
So the black ladybug moves to between the white ant and the hopper, freeing the black beetle.
Oh, okay, down left. I see. Yeah, then I think the ant just shifts onto the ladybug.
And yeah.
And then the grasshopper would be free to do a pin replacement on the top left black ant.
Well, yeah, if the ladybug goes there, the ant shifts out here and pins the ladybug, and now the spider would be threatening to be free.
Yeah, spider's free. I guess, yeah, because you'd want to shift to keep that beetle pinned.
Question is also, will we see a game lasting for more than 2 hours?
Where
They
are we
have
at
already
now?
154 right now.
Yeah, we're approaching 2 hours.
And Quad has to move much faster now. And I'm curious if Joe has already like the sequence for the win or not.
So if Quad moves the top black spider away, then he won't have the danger of that white spider getting free. So now it's probably mosquito drop, then the ant. Oh no, you can't.
No, he's black is one move ahead.
Yeah, and white can't just drop because that ladybug or that mosquito, the white beetle's covering, will have pill bug power.
So what if the white beetle on top of the black mosquito now covers the black ladybug?
Yeah, he could pull the black pill bug back over, form a ring, and pull out the then free the beetle though.
Oh yeah. That's probably, yeah, that's too dangerous. That takes, it's too much unpredictability.
I feel like white's just going to shift an ant to force black to move again.
Or what if he just, oh no, he can't attack with the mosquito because he's got two, black has two pieces threatening to win.
Yep. The grasshopper will jump over and then the ladybug.
Then the ladybug.
He could cover the ladybug, but then that would have to be the final drop. And then he could bring that pill bug over and get a lot of defense too.
It's probably one of the most sophisticated games I have seen during this tournament.
What if white pins the beetle with the white ant that's near the black queen, and then pin replaces the ant up top with the grasshopper that's currently pinning the black beetle? Because it just frees an extra ant, I guess, that way. That shift of a pin would also disallow the pill bug being warped over to free the beetle.
Okay. What if the mosquito covers the grasshopper? No, because that other.
I have another interesting idea. What if the white beetle, who covers probably the other beetle, and underneath is the white pill bug, what if the white beetle would cover the ladybug and freeze the the black beetle underneath? The moment the black beetle underneath moves, then the white pill bug would be free.
No, the white pill bug is surrounded.
All but one slot. It could shift the white spider to the other, to the.
Yeah, unless of course the white beetle blocks that spider. It's a bit too risky, but it's it gives white another option to advance. Maybe I have one more attacker in place.
If the white beetle covers the black mosquito, the black beetle jumps down and fills the 5th spot, and now the white pill bug is useless.
Oh, it can
Yeah.
shift the white spider.
No, not anymore.
No, not if the
white-
black beetle jumps down into the spot right of the beetle,
Yeah.
right of the pill bug.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, so why not going all the way up with the mosquito, pinning that top black end and using then the other free ends to pin one of the pieces?
Or you could just move the mosquito all the way over to the black ladybug. But
Yeah,
I think there are enough black pieces that you can just move back and forth. Maybe not, though, because he can't afford to free the white queen, because then it could come out and help. There's the shift I talked about earlier. He can also just, I guess he won't march out with his pill bug, because then the black ladybug will be free. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, I was saying it's a risk, but it was something not very obvious because it's.
Well, if he does that, he's threatening to drop with the top beetle, drop with the bottom beetle, and then fill the last one with the ant, right? So 3 to win. But if he does that, then the ladybug will be free, and then that won't work.
The danger is both of these grasshoppers up here would have angle of attack to the kill spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would require that Quad has to move something first away, so that even if the hopper jumps over, it's not a win for black. So Joe would have to wait.
He did it. He has to know what he's doing, I'd imagine, right?
Because the other thing is the black pill bug, it is free, but once it moves out, it would leave the other 2 pieces which are covered by the white beetles. They would be on a string and pinned. So the black pill bug has to stay put. So what are the chances that the black beetle either drops down to the right or covers the white beetle to the left?
It can't cover the white beetle to the left, because then the pill bugs warps out this white spider and the spider escapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to drop.
I don't think he has any choice but to drop. Then the question is, can Joe come up with a method of covering both of the grasshoppers and the ladybug? Or does he just force? You'll just have to time it correctly.
I'm not sure he can get off that mosquito, though, because that pill bug's going to be pulled in to free the beetle. He needed to shift that pin from earlier.
So here's another long-term strategy. What if the pill bug, the white mosquito, runs across the hive and places and then goes down next to the black pill bug and then threatens to move it out?
If he was going to do that, he should have advanced with the mosquito before getting off the beetle, though, right?
Yeah, there are different ways how he approaches that black pill bug. But the idea would be, of course, once he has lifted it out, then his two white beetles on top are free to move without having to worry so much about a ring or something. I mean, it's still, it's so complicated. Or what if the white mosquito approaches now the black beetle and covers it sooner or later? Then black has only one spider free to move back and forth, and white still has the end next to the black queen to pin that as well. And by that time, then finally the black spider pinning the white queen would be forced to be moved away.
So now the mosquito covers the black grasshopper. No, over the queen.
Okay, so maybe what you said earlier, Randy, he tries to time it well, that he attacks the moment when first the black beetle has to leave the spot again.
Because neither spider can move, because if either spider moves, the white queen escapes. So the black beetle has to climb back up on the white pill bug. Because if the black...
But I don't think that works, because black is still ahead. If white attacks now, it has to fill 3 kill spots, and yeah, even with the right timing, I don't think that works. But
Yeah, the grasshopper up top is a problem. I guess Joe can always just recover that black beetle atop the white pill bug, though, if he ever wants to go back.
I thought the safer bet was just to move across the hive with the mosquito and cover the black beetle almost at any spot, but preferably while it is not in the kill spot, or maybe that doesn't even matter, and then finally forcing to get his queen free. Because this is the only reason why he can't advance all the time, because he's in constant danger of having to expect the counter. I don't see why that wouldn't work. Covering the black beetle with the mosquito, then only one of the spiders can move.
And
potentially the pillbug can move as well, maybe back and forth, but I don't think that would help.
Yeah, the pillbug won't move down to the left because then the ladybug will freeze, so it'll have to go to the right.
No, yeah, it would go to the right and then potentially go back. The question is, can it be stopped to just move back and forth, up and down?
I think we're over 2 hours.
Yeah. But there's no way that Joe would be content with a draw at this point after fighting for that long. And he knows it will be even harder for him to defend. So he really must win this game. Ooh, really?
Oh,
that
no.
loses.
Grasshopper moves over.
Oh, and grasshopper moves over, the spider's free.
Oh, okay.
So what it, yeah, but what if, okay, the black beetle moves down and then threatens to win. So the mosquito would have to move out immediately again.
But it climbs up and it heads toward the beetle.
Yeah. Oh, so I would have just gone a bit the longer way, but he just tries to take a shortcut, which is pretty scary. But maybe the
If the
reason
black
is
peel
that
bug moves down, it could free an ant by moving white grasshopper.
It would take a while. I think Joe would win by then.
I think the reason why he considers to go that way with the mosquito instead of the long way around is that he doesn't get potentially stuck on the spider. But I don't think that is an advantage. No, the only reason why he makes that move is probably to save a turn. But if he takes like 3 or 4 minutes to think that through, I don't see what's the advantage. So the black beetle drops down again, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
then the white mosquito climbs up onto one of the white beetles.
okay, yeah. And then black moves up again.
And gets covered with the mosquito.
But black could also move on top of the queen and form a beetle gate, so the white spider can't be lifted over by the white pillbug.
But he'll have to. Oh, and then he could shift the spiders freely, sort of. But then he'd be in danger of losing by tempo if he shifts the spider, right?
I can't really follow right now.
So I'm saying if black beetle covers white queen, and then a black spider moves off of white queen because the white queen would now be pinned down, then I think white could maybe win by tempo.
So how does the white spider move?
Not the white spider. I'm saying if black covers the white queen, then black would feel okay about moving a spider off of the white queen.
Yeah. Now I get you. Yeah, that would be an alternative.
Because if he doesn't cover white queen, then whenever a spider moves, the queen will pin the other spider.
Yeah.
Unless it's the top spider, of course. No, then he'll pin the spider and the beetle if the beetle's down.
Yeah, but that's an alternative to go on top of the white queen. I think that's what's probably happening now. Because if the black beetle goes back onto the white pillbug, then the upper spider moves, probably north, and then the white ant will pin it down, and then it's a Zugzwang, and the black spider has to release the white queen.
Yep.
And from that point on, it's much easier for white to win. So from that perspective, I think the white beetle can delay it a bit by moving on top of the queen.
Black beetle.
Black beetle, sorry.
Quad could pull out white pillbug, but I don't think it helps him.
No, I think if either one of those white bugs escape, then that drastically reduces his possibility of winning.
Yeah.
Beetle gate the spider pole.
Yeah, that's what I said before. That's the reason why I first thought it's a good idea. Ah, okay, now that's the idea. He pulls his own mosquito out using his his own pillbug out by using the mosquito. Ah, okay.
I'm not quite following.
Can you do that if you're on top of another piece?
No.
So he's basically baiting it. If Quad doesn't cover the white pillbug, then the white pillbug gets moved out.
No, the white mosquito is on the second level right now.
Oh, couldn't see that. What is underneath? Oh, the black. Oh my God, my brain is fried.
Just imagine these people's brains.
Yeah, it's crazy. I really thought that the mosquito was on the ground level.
The bottom white beetle though can now move because that mosquito no longer has pillbug power.
Yeah.
So he can afford to drop into the kill spot with that beetle. But then he has the problem with that other grasshopper still. I'm just wondering if he can move it around such that the beetle has no way to cover the white queen without getting recovered.
I think he needs to pin one of the pieces, either the spider, or if the beetle moves down again, then probably he would try to pin or block the beetle, the black beetle.
I don't think he can pin a spider with his free ant though, because then the other spider will pin the ant, and then he can just move back and forth with the beetle.
Yeah, but then one of the other white beetles could come to the rescue.
Yeah, the one covering the black mosquito right now.
But it's all the pieces get already too far away again from the black queen. It's just dragging things out and making it more difficult.
Yeah, I think the goal here is to free the white queen or the white spider.
So if the black beetle drops down again, I think Joe would do an in-between move. And then the next time the black beetle moves up, then the white mosquito might go onto the white spider.
Here's a new idea. The white beetle covering the black mosquito drops down to free the black or the white spider. And then the spider moves away, mosquito drops, pulls the pill bug.
That's an idea. Did you follow that, Christian?
No. Again.
So basically freeing the spot where the white spider is right now, the bottom white spider, and then dropping the white mosquito down into that spot so that you could pull the white pill bug out or force black to pull the white pill bug out.
Or once that spider's gone, then the white pillbug can warp the other spider out of the.
Oh yeah, that'll work. And so the complicating factor will be where that black beetle is.
Right.
And then if he ever makes a mistake, I guess he could just cover the black beetle and do what he originally wanted to do.
Okay, can I just try to either maybe what I said is a new idea. So he goes down with his mosquito. Oh, okay, no, he does what I originally suggested. But I wouldn't go there right now. I would wait until the black beetle goes first up on the queen and then go on the spider, because now he risks that his mosquito gets pinned.
Yeah, and it's trapping in the pillbug, the white pillbug too.
That's the reason why I said, hey, he should do an in-between move and first wait that the black beetle goes up again.
Ugh.
But my other idea was that he drops down and then in the next move moves the black pillbug out.
Yeah, I think the pillbug though just keeps moving back and forth, and then it's kind of a problem.
Yeah, no, but if he first gets lifted out, like down to the end for the black end, for example, but then the white mosquito can move one hex to the north and lift his own white pillbug out. So first the mosquito shoves away the black pillbug, then approaches the white pillbug and moves the white pillbug out.
Yeah, you could do that. I think what he's going to do here is black beetle will cover white mosquito, and then white pillbug will pull white spider into that free spot.
Yeah.
But he's essentially, and then black's going to have to alternate something else to not give up the mosquito.
I think sooner or later we will see the white queen free.
So white beetle just advances to black. There we go.
Randy, what was the longest game they played so far in the final?
I think it was 2 hours and 45 minutes, 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Yeah, we might break that.
Let me just go through. Let me go look at my database here.
What I really like about this game is it's not repetitive. It's not just that they have like 50 empty moves just to get from one position to the other, and you know already what will happen. It's like almost every move is a surprise here. And there are always new ideas and new complications. So it doesn't get boring at all.
I'm not sure it matters, but what do you think? Dropping the pillbug into the free spot or covering the white pillbug? I'm thinking covering the white pillbug.
No, black can't cover the white pillbug. Let's see. No, he can. That would just.
I don't think it matters. I think he's kind of stuck now.
But if the alternative is even worse. If he would drop down next to the white pillbug again, then it would be covered, and whatever spider he moves, the queen would be free. So he needs to find a new spot. Okay.
He can't cover that because then the ladybug will be free.
So what if the mosquito drops down now next to the white pillbug?
Yeah, the problem is the white mosquito won't be able to climb.
But it can be lifted out again from with a white pillbug.
Yeah. He can pull the white pillbug out, and then now the beetle is going to be encouraged to cover that pillbug.
If the black beetle covers the pillbug, then the white mosquito just covers the black beetle.
Yep.
I mean, you have to give Quad credit for making it so incredibly hard.
My first ever world championship, Quad knocked me out, and I described it as a feeling like I got steamrolled. And so the second game I played against him, I didn't even play with like much of a strategy. I was just like, what is the wildest thing I could think of? And I just created this like giant, like kind of spider of strings all going out from queens. But he broke that.
I mean, last year was pretty successful for me. I think I played against Quad and got 2 points. I won the first 2 games, which raised my hopes, but then he won the next 4 and crushed me.
Wow. I've never taken a game off a quad. I've beaten Joe twice, one of them this week, but never beaten.
Congrats.
Thanks. He made a little bit of a blunder in the opening, and it was hard to recover.
Oh, I have another idea. So if the black beetle doesn't cover the pillbug now, then the pillbug gets lifted to the south, and after that, the white spider gets lifted out.
Yeah, or the white mosquito just gets pulled out too, because it doesn't matter. Like black won't have the bugs to win.
Yeah.
So that white mosquito needs to get back into attacking.
I agree with that. I was just looking for some other fancy options.
Nice thing about pulling the white pillbug and then the white mosquito out is then the white or the black pillbug will then be pinned, so that the white beetle can advance to the black mosquito too.
Yeah.
I wonder if Quad surrenders here.
No.
I don't think he will surrender. It's too early. And after 2.5 hours, there is also still like the option of a brain freeze that Joe does something completely stupid,
Well,
which would be really a shame. But
Quad's got 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. But he managed his time very well. He was never at a point where he already felt really under pressure. And they already reached 100 moves. So it's not only a long game
Quodlibet just said, well done.
Oh, okay. I concede. I concede. I didn't think he would give up. I would really love to see this situation being played out, but looks like it's not happening. Alternatively, he could also move the black spider. He could warp the black spider first, and then after that, move another piece. But anyway, it's just most important that he gets one piece out to make it impossible for Quad to win.
And he could warp the black spider in as well.
Yeah. Yeah, from this point, then now it's like smooth sailing.
No, he needs the mosquito.
Yeah, I don't understand. Why wouldn't he move in the black spider?
I think he's just looking.
Oh.
He's got to be.
It's pretty cruel for Quad to see those options being played out.
Oh, he's seriously considering it, maybe?
What's the idea?
But the thing about it, if he moves the black spider in, then the bugs underneath these beetle stacks would be free at some point.
That's fine though. He doesn't have enough bugs to win if even one white bug evacuates. And he can afford to get off the black pillbug.
And if it's necessary, he can still warp the black spider out again after the queen has escaped.
He can also advance with the queen to pin that black grasshopper up top. I guess he'll probably get pinned by the black spider first.
So I say the white queen advances now north to pin the hopper, the pesky hopper, which constantly threatened to jump out.
Yeah, and I don't think that Quad can afford that, so I think he'll pin it with the black spider from the top, and then he'll be forced to move the black beetle. Meanwhile, I think the white mosquito is going to go around to that ant at the bottom right to get ant power and go attack the queen.
It's not that easy without because it would free the black hopper.
Oh, I'm not saying he'll attack from the top left. I'm just saying to get over there, like go off of that. Well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe he'll just go back through the middle.
I would really just move up with the queen.
Do you pin that black spider at the top so that it doesn't go out and pin your ant?
Good with the free ant on the queen? On the black queen?
Yes, the ant that's on the black queen. So that the black spider doesn't have the opportunity to pin the other white ant.
One of those is always going to have the opportunity to pin the other, though. Right? Like if you're on the ant end of the spider, whichever one releases first, then the other one can pin the other remaining ant.
What white could do is now lifting over the white pillbug, and then the mosquito can just move as a spider down to regain ant ability.
Yep, it could also pull out the white spider. The white spider adjacent white queen. If you lift the pillbug like you say,
yeah,
then the pillbug could then on its next turn pull out the white spider.
Yeah, I was just concerned how to get the quickest way ant ability for the mosquito.
Mm-hmm.
And the nice move is when you lift over the white pillbug, that you also still have the black ant, the black spider trapped. So you can move away with the mosquito. So now we reached 2 hours and 33 minutes. That should be a new record.
My guess is they're not going to play a second game today.
No way.
Is it best of 7?
It's a 6-game match. It's the first one to 3.5 points.
Doesn't that mean it has to be best of 7?
Not really. It could be 4-2, for example, or 4-0.
Right, but that's best of 7 though. If you win 4 games of 7.
But effectively, you only play 4 or 5 games.
Right. But I'm saying it's a best.
I understand. I understand what you mean, like potentially.
Right. Because if it were only 6, it could go 3-3, and then you'd have to go to a new game. I guess the point of saying 6 is because the rules of the final game might be different.
They are the rules. If it goes 6, if it's tied at 6, then the rules are different. He's got to go the other direction and get the ant power.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's considering to go the other way. So let's see, if this is a hive puzzle, how many moves does white need to win?
What if white lifts the spider out, then lifts the mosquito in, then lifts the pill bug in next to the black queen?
Okay, yeah, maybe that's the plan he has here. That's maybe the reason why he doesn't gain ant power. Because first, yeah, I think that's the plan. Moving the white spider out, moving the white mosquito in, and then
moving the white pill bug in.
The pill bug next to into a kill spot. And from there, he is also threatening to move then again, like the white mosquito or the black hopper into another kill spot.
Yeah. So then the black hopper would have to move out, and then the white beetle drops, and then it's over.
Yeah, it's a really nice use of the pill bug mosquito combo. So I guess black has to move the spider. I don't think actually, maybe it's better now to move the black beetle onto the other beetle. Oh, why would he go there?
Maybe he wants to force white.
Oh, he wants to block all that pill bug movement stuff going on, but doesn't really matter because then he gets immediately pinned. I think it's just to delay it a little bit more.
Randy, what did you say the record was? 1:35?
No. Between these two guys, it was 2 hours and something.
I'm sorry, 2:35. Is that what you said?
Yeah, 2:35.
So we just passed it.
I thought it was 2 hours 32, but anyway, they are over that.
I wonder why. I don't understand.
Yeah, I really don't understand. Okay.
He's going to free the ant? Oh, he can just attack straight away with the mosquito now.
But the black spider goes out, and I can see how he can get 2 of the 3 kill spots filled, but how does he fill the last one if the black spider goes out and pins the white ant?
Hmm.
Well, if the white mosquito jumps into the pocket and then climbs on top of the black queen, and then the beetle on top of the black pill bug advances to the black mosquito, then the two beetles drop. Then you
But
don't.
wouldn't the black hopper jump out and pin the mosquito the moment the white mosquito jumps into the pocket?
If it does, then the pill bug can move around. I think the queen or the hopper.
But the black hopper could jump over to the left and then free the other hopper.
Right.
Oh yes, you're
Because
right.
there's nothing available to take the kill spot. Yeah.
And I don't think those two white beetles are going to leave those two pieces until the very end.
Eric says if you advance the queen north enough to free the ant after pinning the black spider.
Yeah, that pinning move would come sooner or later, for sure. I mean, what it means now, he just needs to get his mosquito up again and force the black beetle, or cover the black beetle, to release the white ant again. But black can make it a little bit more complicated by moving with the spider to the left and forming a gate so that one spot is harder to fill.
Yeah, black can't pin that mosquito because then the ant evacuates and then threatens to pull the spider into the spot to free the mosquito.
Now, the white ant that's on the black queen moves, and then the mosquito and goes out and pins the black spider. Then the white mosquito comes down adjacent to the queen and the beetle, and then climbs up as a beetle.
Mm-hmm.
At the very end, white has also another opportunity to jump all the way with the bottom hopper next to the pillbud. It would release an ant, but if he has already a release pinned like 3 or 4 kill spots or occupied them, then that might help him to fill the last one.
Yeah, so if you do what he's talking about with the grasshopper, then there'll be 2 bugs the pill bug could then lift into the place where the black hopper currently is.
Okay, so he's pinning probably the spider with his pill bug. That's a long way. Yeah, there are many ways to do it. So,
So
But he
advance.
still doesn't have enough bugs to get to win easily.
Why not? The mosquito can drop down. Oh, first the beetle, and then the mosquito, and then. Oh yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I still thought
Now he does, because the pill bug moves around.
Yeah. It's so crazy. You wouldn't have expected to go with the pill bug all the way around the hive, like 50 moves ago. Yeah, now it's quick.
Pill bug needs to move. Oh,
He can also use the grasshopper in the middle bottom, because if it jumps over, it'll either it or the ladybug will be free.
so now the beetle. Oh, it's Quad's turn.
If all else fails, he can just move the queen all the way around.
Yeah, Quad will probably take his time, and now I thought maybe we see him going over 30 minutes. Depending how quick Joe moves. So now he moves first the hopper into another kill spot. And that hopper probably jumps over to the right of the black queen. And then he goes back with the white pillbug into the kill spot. So he has filled then 4 kill spots without using any of his beetles in the end.
That means the mosquito needs to be the last thing to drop, so the beetle does the doesn't escape.
But this game is exemplary that we saw already in the mid game that Joe had the advantage of 1 bug more in reserve. And this tiny advantage he just carried all the way to the end game and then capitalized on that. And that's what often happens in those master games, that they know they can't win with a normal strategy, so they really have to deplete all the resources and then try to squeeze and drag things out, and just to really get this tiny bit of advantage necessary then to completely transform the hive into a different shape.
I never played much of the vanilla hive. I got in after all 3 expansions were released, but it seems like the original is a lot more bug constrained. And so you don't see that strategy coming out until the games get super long.
Yeah. So the white hopper jumps over, and then the pillbug goes in, and then the end goes in, and then lastly the mosquito or one of the beetles drop. So it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Quad is already at almost 14 minutes. He really, really maxed it out. Yeah, Cody, so you were right. He kind of conceded and said, well done. But I was also right by saying he wouldn't actually concede like officially, but play it out.
You're right. I've lost to people after someone has said something similar.
Yeah, I won a lot of, especially tournament games, after they looked already completely like I would have been defeated. So for that reason, I always play to the very last move. And also I think it gives the other player more the satisfaction if you lose, or if the other player wins, then it's a more satisfactory feeling than if you think you are 3 or 4 moves away and the other player just concedes. I find that personally sometimes a bit unrewarding for all the work you have put in.
I think it depends on the game. Like if I'm playing Frank and he's got like 1 free beetle and I know he can free things away in like 30 minutes from now, and we're playing turn-based, that's
yeah, turn-based is a different story. I agree, sometimes that can be a bit extreme. I play a game at the moment against Forgotten, and he offered me a draw, and I think it looked already like 90% drawish, but I really wanted to try something. And now we are in like another 30 moves later, and I make like tiny improvements. It's not that much fun. I wish we had like a live game, because then you could do all those things within minutes instead of dragging out over days or potentially even weeks.
Yeah, I saw that there are more live games, it seems like, happening on Board Game Arena now. Like some like days of tournaments.
All right. Are we agreeing that we are 2 moves away from a win for Jewdoka?
I think so.
Yep. Beetle and Ant. Could be 1 move if Quad moves his Grasshopper in.
That was really an excellent game. That was
a very good
we
game.
could hope for.
We were convinced Joe won, and then we were convinced Quad won, and then Joe won.
Yeah, really crazy. They are really playing on. That's the reason why I think it's so deserved that they are both in the finals, because they both were really a step better than everyone else.
I'll ask him, are you going to play another?
Oh, really? Are they joking?
I'm sure they are.
I don't think so.
And my dinner's getting cold.
To analyze this game, you can spend hours and hours.
Oh, this could be hours and hours. Somebody on the YouTube channel asked, "Are you going to right after the game analyze it?" And I don't think so.
Because there's so many options, and it's not only in the end game, even before that, and it would have led to so many different constellations.
Did it just end? Troy Medler asked. Yes. So I think I'm going to be ending the broadcast here very shortly. My dinner's getting cold. I appreciate Cody. I appreciate Christian. What's that?
It looks like they're playing another one in an hour. I wish they wouldn't.
Oh, I think it says let's chat tonight or tomorrow then. So I think they're talking about chatting. I don't
Okay.
know.
Jewdoka says play another in 1 hour. Quad says yup.
Yeah. So. I guess so. We don't see a replay of the second game.
So guys, I think I'm going to end the broadcast. What a great game that was. I appreciate you guys coming on to commentate with me. And I appreciate everybody watching.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And I'm also so hungry now.
So am I. My wife has dinner out there and it smells really good.
And my
So,
breakfast.
Randy, you're not doing another stream in an hour then, I assume.
Well, I think they're joking. I can't believe they're going to play again.
No, I don't think that, Randy, I tell you, they are not joking.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that is agreed upon.
Well, I'm going to end this stream. If they play another one, I may be back.
Okay, so then I will be back as well.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Okay, thanks, Randy.
Okay, if everybody's watching, if they're playing again, we'll be back. But right now, we're going to be ending this. So let's go here to my